Welcome back to the BTS Happy Hour podcast. I'm your host, Andrea. With me, as always, is Morgan.
Hey, what's up?
On August 21st, BTS finally released Dynamite, something we've been all waiting for and looking forward to. It finally came out, and I was like worried about it because it's like,
Why were you worried?
Just like there's so much hype and the teasers and stuff, it was kind of giving like disco references, which I'm not necessarily like such a fan of.
You're not a fan of disco. Got it.
I mean, it depends on the song, but like overall, like as a genre, it's kind of like, it's kind of cheesy. Like if
just admit that you like two disco songs.
Pure disco is kind of like not great in my mind. Mm-hmm. So I was afraid it would be like too much like that, but it turns out it was not. It was just, it's a great song. So I'm really happy with what we got. And they had a video.
They got a video. They got a song.
Definitely, they did a great job with it. The styling and the singing and the visuals. You could tell it was very inspired by America and like funk and soul and all that. And they had a lot of Michael Jackson moves. But it was retro, but like
you
not.
Felt like it was Michael Jackson inspired.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, but also 70s, but not like that much disco. It was more like the funk and soul artists, more like.
Right.
So I thought
that is 70s funk and soul artists. That's 70s,
but not bad 70s.
What do you classify as bad 70s? Like Gloria Gaynor or something? What
yeah, like about? Cheesy things.
Disco.
But if it's things that like rap artists in the 80s sample, it's like, okay, no, that's good stuff from the 70s.
Right. Right. Well, I watched it very recently, by the way. I think I the first time I saw it was a couple hours before this. And personally, I loved it. It felt like it's just such a summer bop. It feels like a great summer song. And the 70s stuff, I know I don't love 70s stuff, but it did feel very appropriate. The fonts, the wardrobe, it felt like it all fit. So I wasn't bothered by it at all. And I can already tell that it's something we're gonna be listening to over and over again. So I was very happy that the only problem that I had with it was it was supposed to be the all English release, and I couldn't really tell what they were singing. So it didn't really make a difference to me, right? It wasn't a clearly English song in my opinion. It was just a song, which is fine. I don't have any sort of demands that a song be an English song, but I think that people who are looking for, wow, this is the English release. Well, when you were listening to it, could you really tease out the English lyrics? Probably not, right? Mm-hmm. It kind of, whether this is because of any limitations they had with the language or because just the limitation of the song, I don't know. But it didn't stand out as an English-speaking song to me. It was just a good song, a really awesome song to listen to, but it didn't stand out to me as, wow, this is all in English. That's the only problem that I had with it, because it was supposed to be the breakout, oh, this is our English release. But the English part, and by parts I mean the whole thing, but could you tease out the lyrics? Probably not, right? I couldn't personally. So it sort of sounded like every other BTS song, as opposed to, oh, this is clearly an all English version of something. Mm-hmm. So as a BTS fan, that doesn't bother me, but will it play as well with people who are sort of on the radio, they're expecting an all English song, et cetera, et cetera? I'm not sure, but I don't think they'll have a problem with it because the song is very pleasant and it's just a bop. So I think people will like it. It's a very good summer song.
It's hard to tell the impact of them speaking English in this one because we're used to hearing songs that are in all Korean anyway. So it's like we're just used to hearing Korean, English, whatever. And it's like if someone's hearing it on the radio, I don't know if they'll have any certain feelings on, like they're hearing, like if you never heard BTS and you're hearing this fresh, maybe you would hear the English of it more. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the certain parts of it, like the hooks and stuff, like the na part, it's like, yeah, that doesn't even need to be like English or Korean. That's just sounds,
right, Right.
So I think it'll register well with the Western audience.
I think it's a great song. And is it a great English song? I couldn't really tell that it was an English song, to be honest with you. But if people were listening to it, I don't think they could tell that it's not one. So as long as it's going to be pushed and it's going to get radio play and it's going to get push as an English song, good enough. I don't think people will think too deeply about it. If it's a pleasant song and they like it, they like it.
Yeah. Like, you know, when you can tell a BTS song is really Korean, I think it would be in the rap parts, because then it's like that's kind of unavoidable, because it's like that has to be in actual Korean and it's like more noticeable. Whereas like if you sing Korean words, like maybe your brain doesn't really register. It's like, oh, that's Korean versus like English words. And this song didn't have a rap section. It was just all a pop song.
There's another thing about this song that I loved, which is that it's not a typical K-pop song where they try to jam in a bunch of styles into it.
Yeah.
It was a cohesive style from beginning to end, which I think that is what Western audiences expect. When they hear a song, they want it to be, okay, what kind of song is it?
Yeah.
And they want that same song throughout. They don't want to hear the pop version, the pop section, and then the rap section, and then the this and that. They don't want to hear 3 different songs in one single song. So I think they did very well on that part. That conforms to Western expectations. And like I said, it's a bop. It's a great song. I only listened to it like 3 times so far, and it's already on my playlist. I'm going to be listening to it. It's already like one of these summer's almost over, but it's a summer song.
We're trying to hold on to something right now. It's
right.
like we need a summer song.
Hey, due to, I don't know, I guess global warming or whatever, summer's kind of lasting a little bit longer, right? So
it's still hot outside, so there you go.
It definitely is still hot outside. So we will hold on to it as a summer song and listen to it as such. But I think it hits all the marks that it was intended to hit. Maybe the English wasn't as, it wasn't great, but how closely are people listening to how well you're doing the English? Not that much, right? As long as the song is awesome, then I think people will be fine with it. So if they push it, it's gonna go over very well. I can only imagine it's gonna be a success.
Yeah, and they didn't have a rap section. So if there's people that they love the rap line, well, like you didn't hear them rap in this one song, but I think that's okay, because the rap line, they're so versatile. They can do the singing parts too. So it's like everyone's represented. Everyone was seen. I know there are some people that were kind of like disappointed at how much certain people were shown, but I feel like there was pretty much, everybody was shown in their own spot. But it's like when you see, sometimes people have these posts and there's like, this person had this many seconds of screen time on the video. It's like, why do you have to be like so specific about it? That just like makes people feel bad about, oh, you only had like 10 seconds and then this person had 30 seconds. It's like, I don't understand the point of pointing stuff out like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
are people being butthurt over?
Yeah, because they
how
think
much screen time people have.
They think certain people were emphasized over others, and it's like, okay, well, maybe that person had more lines in the song, or for whatever reason, that person's scenes had more seconds in the video. But I mean, I don't think they're trying to say like, well, this person's like pointless or something that got less screen time. I just really think it's like that's what happened with the editing, and that's what they wanted to emphasize maybe to Western audiences. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's like, okay, it's not going to be like everybody has an equal number of seconds in the video. And I don't think you should be getting upset about that, because it's like they're going to have multiple videos and you can't just look at one video and say, well, the breakdown was not equal this time.
I've never been one of those fans that got worked up over how many seconds did my bias get versus your bias. I mean, it's just the one song. I won't say that it's irrelevant. Of course, if you have a bias, then of course you are interested in them.
It's not
getting more attention, so to speak, but it's not something I've ever paid attention to.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to say, well, this person's less talented or something, and that's why, therefore, they got less screen time. It's just like, okay, this song dictated certain people are shown more because of what lines they had and this and that. So it wasn't like trying to be negative. Mm-hmm. And they're a team. Other people are going to be featured on other videos. So this is just like one video. It doesn't represent like everything. Mm-hmm. So with the teaser, I was like worried, oh, this might be like super disco. And since I don't love disco, like, that's not
But
it
was
good.
Just a great song. It was just a great summer song.
Yeah. The only things that were very disco were the disco sign that was on there.
And their outfits.
And
their outfits.
V's
but that's fine.
one outfit. He had a leisure suit on, so
Right. But that's kind of a good homage to the whole thing.
Yeah, but it was like more updated for the time, and I like that they put him in that because the styling was good for everybody. They all had like little retro outfits. And
I mean, I hate the 70s, but somehow it was much more acceptable when it was styled for BTS.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know, it was just bias or something, but
they made it look better.
Yeah, they definitely made this whole aesthetic look a lot better than, you know, like a sweaty John Travolta or whatever.
No, if you look at actual movies from the 70s, you're gonna cringe. So don't look at like actual 70s things. This is just like the like improved version of it. What is in this video.
It's the pretty version of the 70s.
Yeah, it's like they've made it over.
Right,
in
it's
2020.
the version that you want to actually look at. Don't look at the real one.
Yeah, that's when like the collars were super wide and like the bell bottoms were super wide. It's like, okay, we need to tone that down in this. It's 2020.
And they did.
Yeah, but I really liked the different sets they had, and they had like a record store and Jungkook's room, I guess. He had like a teenage room in an attic that had posters for David Bowie and the Beatles. So I could see that they were trying to have a tribute to like America or Americana. I don't know what exactly they were going for, but yeah, definitely a lot of like American imagery in this. And one thing I didn't get was this donut/burger shop. It's like, what place sells both of those things?
Donuts and burgers?
Yeah.
Have you never had a burger that has donuts?
But
I think you have.
It's like they sold donuts in the same place that burgers are cooked. It's like,
I have had a burger that
had
the
donut.
buns were the donuts. You've never had that?
I have. But,
yeah, you have. So you see?
But that wasn't from a donut burger shop. That was from
It's
just
clearly
like,
not a shop that actually exists in real life.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess the concept is not that foreign to me because I have been in a donut/burger shop. No, I've eaten a burger that had where the buns were sliced donuts. It wasn't good. Please don't eat that.
But I thought that was wasn't that a dessert?
No, it had beef in it, so I don't think it was a dessert.
Okay,
I think
so it was an actual burger.
I mean, it kind of makes sense theoretically because, you know, the saltiness of everything in the burger and the sweetness brings out the salty. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They do work together. I think theoretically it's not wrong, but it wasn't the best.
It must have been a 50s thing where you had like a donut and burger shop.
Maybe.
But
Maybe.
I don't know why that was so funny, but the scene where Jungkook comes out of this shop and he's got his donut and then they all stare at him and they're like, whoa, what the hell? And then he like was like, you know, carry on, and then he like toasts his donut basically. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay guys, yeah, I'm eating a donut.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that part, but yeah.
He's like the last person to be actually eating a donut in real life. That's what was funny about that. I like the colors of it. It had like a lot of pastel, kind of like Boy With Love, but lighter colors.
Oh, it was very similar to Boy With Love.
Yeah.
In the color scheme.
A lot of fun colors.
Right. It was very lighthearted.
Mm-hmm. And then the beginning of it, when I was showing Jungkook in his room, he's like drinking milk and then rock and roll. It's like, it looked like a Got Milk ad when he was like drinking the milk and then he had a mustache and he had to like wipe it off. Like, I think that was on purpose. Like that's like an American thing, so they wanted to include that.
Are you sure? I don't know that they want to include what? They don't know about the Got Milk ad. They're Korean. I don't think they know about that.
He had a milk mustache, so I feel like that was intentional.
I don't think they know about that. Unless the director was American or something. I don't think they necessarily know about that.
I don't know who would drink milk straight though anymore. That's like so weird. Maybe it was almond milk. That'd be better.
Well, I mean, they're Asian, so they're probably lactose. Right? I'm serious. They're probably lactose. They're Asian.
Almond milk is a lot better. So if you have issues with milk,
I don't know that almond milk is better.
I'm telling everybody, it's like.
But if you have lactose intolerance, yes.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know how the choreography looked. A lot of it, but it seemed like a lot of it was just like Michael Jackson kind of moves, and I don't know if they had more than that beyond.
Choreography was fine, in my opinion.
Do you remember the like later part of it where they were dancing in a room? And then,
no, I don't.
Okay.
Fill me in.
To me, it looked like the transporter room in Star Trek because it had like the light above, and it kind of looked like a space room. But that's what it reminded me of.
I see.
Room in the later part of the video.
Okay.
Oh, the other thing is, it looked like it did really well on streaming and YouTube and everything. So I think it was probably like the most popular video this week.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's a good achievement. And it just strikes me as really funny that the most popular video of last week was WAP from Cardi B and
why is that funny?
Megan Thee Stallion. It's like literally the most opposite video you could find.
Oh, okay.
As far as like
the most opposite. Well, they're both music videos, right? One is really vulgar, but
one is like the most wholesome video that you can find.
I don't know if it's the most wholesome, but
it's like someone's drinking milk, and then
it's a lot more wholesome. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
WAP is we won't talk about it, but it's pretty unwholesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah, I guess you could say it's very it's very wholesome.
It's like all it is just like they're dancing.
It's different audiences, okay?
Yeah. But different audiences can make something the number one video of the week. Yeah. So there's enough people for either one.
Yes.
But
we'll talk about WAP.
It went to like literally the opposite side of the scale this week.
We won't talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. This is a BTS Kpop podcast. So
yeah. Don't ask anything about WAP. Don't even ask what the acronym stands for.
Don't Google that.
No, you can go. I mean, if you don't know, of course you would. And you just found out what they're talking about, right? Congratulations, you know what they're talking about now.
Yeah. It's like, today I learned. Do you think anybody is going to like not like Dynamite?
Well, yeah. I mean, sure. There's people who have just a preference and not like it. Yeah, sure. What are you saying? Like nobody's allowed to not like this song? Of course some people are
not like it, but if you like K-pop or you like pop music, you should like the song.
No, I mean, it's just... Of course, people have their preferences. Some people will just not like it. I'm sure that will happen, right? It's a good pop song, but of course some people will not like it. Of course.
I mean, if you don't like the song, it's like you might be
what?
Depressed. Or
no, I wouldn't go that far.
You might like a Billie Eilish song instead.
Yeah, maybe. But I wouldn't go that far. It just might not be to some people's taste. That's fine, But as far as I can tell, it's a very solid pop song. It hits all the notes that you'd want a pop song to hit. It's hard not to like it, but hey, some people may just not like it, and that's fine.
If you like Bruno Mars, you should like this song. Like if you're someone who doesn't know BTS yet, but you like Bruno Mars, like you should like it because it really reminded me of his like 24K album from what was that, 2017 or 2018, and that won album of the year. So everybody liked how that sounded. So I think
not everybody. I didn't like him.
I thought it really deserved the album of the year because that was like really a solid album. I don't know if it was all his producers or what, but it's like the sound was kind of similar, and it's like the throwback sound, but like done for modern day, just like Dynamite. Thank you to our guest, Morgan. You can find BTS Happy Hour on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Podbean, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Listen Notes, and YouTube. New episodes weekly. If you like and support the podcast, please like, comment, and share on social media, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, or give us a rating on the podcast platform you're using. Follow BTS Happy Hour on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Until next time, this has been the BTS Happy Hour. Thanks for listening, and remember, make every hour a happy one.